Dear Diary, it has been 2 weeks since my last entry. Hello.
Hello.
Episode number 56, LowerBitrate Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube. Thank you very much. That's one of the goals for 2021. Happy 2021. LowerBitrate.com. All of the links, all of the show links, everything's there for your eyeball pleasure.
Yeah, welcome everybody. This is episode 56. We took a 1-week hiatus just for better vibes and good mental health. So there's just it was a really rough week for the country. So here we are, happy to be recording again. But of course, we have heavy hearts and lots on our minds. But let's take a pause and record a podcast step.
Yeah, it's been a shit week.
It would have like, oh, I'm bored. I mean, like, no, for everyone. It was. That's why I mentioned what the reason was.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, happier things. Again, thanks for listening, everybody. Hey, Lou, how was your week?
Lots to unpack here.
Okay.
Lots to unpack. So, where do we leave off? Okay. Let's start off with Path of Exile. New league, Friday. I'm unavailable. I will be playing. I'm excited. Been 2 leagues where I haven't really gamer butt dove in. So I'm gonna gamer butt dive in on this one. I am a big gorilla and I have no brain. So now I have 2 computers.
Yeah.
Big dumb. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm not hurting for money and I really wanted the 3080. So
yeah, but are you hurting for space? Did you have to sell, like, what's the square footage, like how much is the volume, how many pops can you fit in a computer case is what I'm saying. So that's how many pops had to go, like 10, 12.
I actually have a lot of things here that need to go. Old cell phones need to go, old processors need to go.
Cologne.
A lot of pops.
Sneakers.
No, sneakers are staying with me. Yeah, I mean, space wise, I'm still figuring it out. I haven't set up the computer actually. What I did was I took the 3080 out of the computer and put it in my current computer to try it out. That was the original plan. I was gonna sell all the parts with my 2080 Ti in it. And if you're interested and you live in the New York City or surrounding areas, $1,700. DM me.
The tri-state area. I haven't heard that phrase in a long time.
Yeah, I'm still willing to sell it, but I'm willing to take the L and just use 2 PC setup, which was the original plan anyway. It's just being forced upon me of my own doing. So it's not, it is what it is. I was feeling a little sick the past week. I got the Rona vaccine, the anti-Rona. You have the opportunity. Get it, please.
You got the 5G boost.
Yeah, I was making memes. I got a couple of angry DMs from people, message requests talking about why are you saying that you want to lick doorknobs? Because that was the joke, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be, after a tweet someone replies, you shouldn't have to tweet back. That's the joke.
It went completely over their head. I said after my second dose in February, I was able to lick doorknobs again. But
which is not a good thing to tweet. Like, what does that mean? Like, what kind of knobs are you going to be licking? That's where my mind goes.
Mechanical knobs, not human ones.
All right, so robot dicks.
Whatever. I regret it. Anyway, what else? I mean, yeah, just chilling, playing games, a little bit of Animal Crossing, not much to report there.
Yeah.
Same old. People are enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I've been dedicated the turnip price finder. So I'm the one that goes throughout the week, finds the 500 plus turnip price, gives it to the people that need it, and then scalp everybody else online.
It's the things we do for the people we love,
Yeah. That's pretty much it, I think.
Wow.
It's
Do you watch
been
you like watch any shows or any movies or anything like in your free time?
uh oh, so New Year's Eve, me and my girlfriend she for the first time watches and me rewatching Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And I kind of so that's the kind of show that it's an anthology show, so you don't have to go through it in order. So we were kind of
Right.
going through without about my favorite ones. We skipped the first one. If pro tip about Black Mirror, skip the first episode. The very
Okay.
first episode.
Just a comment about that. Are you sure the first episode for you is the first episode for everyone else? Because I don't know what show it was that I read that. I think it's Love, Death, and Robots, another anthology put out by Netflix, where people were realizing that the order was different based on your viewing history, like based on the Netflix algorithm, like some spooky stuff.
I didn't notice that. I thought originally that was a fuck up on Netflix's part because
No.
I did see it. Okay, so funny thing about that, the first time I watched Love, Death, and Robots was on my own Netflix account that I had a long time ago,
Yeah.
and when I rewatched it, the order was changed, but it was on a new Netflix account that didn't have any previous like viewing history. I didn't watch Black Mirror on there or anything else like that, so I don't actually know. Weird
But
stuff.
I know you don't know, but they know. Like, they know everything.
Hmm.
That's a Black Mirror episode right there.
Oh, and I forgot. I did pick up some games. I want to know what you guys picked up on the Steam sale. The Steam sale went away, I think, on the 5th of January.
Yeah.
And I want to share what I got. So I picked up a few games that are on mobile, but play better on PC. So Plague Inc. Evolved. I know that's very meta at this point.
Yeah.
Very fun game on the PC. I just wanted to replay it and go through it again. I got Bloons TD6. This is like a tower defense game with monkeys. Kind of fun. I I realized that I'm shit at FPS games, so I wanted to get one of those aim trainers. So I got Kovac 2.0 just to try it out. And then the meat and potatoes. So on your suggestion, I got Dark. That's DARQ. I bought that.
Yeah.
$4.
With the 2 DLCs free.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play that eventually because I did enjoy what's that first game that came out?
Limbo?
Limbo, yes. And I have Inside as well, so I'm gonna that's not an Epic Game, so I'm gonna play through those. They're not that long, right? Maybe like 10 hours?
No, average playtime is like 4 hours, they say, but you'll get through it. And it's these games are so good. They're like little brain snacks. Take a break from, your Red Dead Redemption 2 or your Path of Exile roasted. And play this, one of these little indies, Inside, Limbo, or Dark. All great games. They'll keep you busy for a few hours, which we all need during this time.
Yes. And then I went on single player Palooza. So I heard a lot of good things about the game Control, so I bought that. The Ultimate Edition.
Have you played it yet?
Not yet, no. I'm waiting for free time to play these games. I'm gonna go through them one by one. I don't know which one I'm gonna go through first. So Control Ultimate Edition, Horizon Zero Dawn, because it's gotten better on PC, and I really, 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 really want to play this. Side note: I did get a PS5, so I'll be able to play the new one. LOL me. Red Dead Redemption 2. This one game of the year, and I'm excited to play it. I think it's been enough time where I could be non-butthurt about it coming on consoles first. So excited to play that. And then a weird one, well, two weird ones. RimWorld is a game that I wanted to play for a long time, and it never goes on sale, so I just said fuck it and bought it for $5 off.
Wow, you bought a lot of games.
I did buy a lot of games. And the final one that I got was Death Stranding. I want to see what the game is about. I know people say it's weird, but it's a It's one of those like cerebral experiences. Like Kojima's weird, so fine. I think it was like $29 or something like that. Fine, I'll play it, and that's pretty much it.
Huh. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on not only an exciting week, but your game purchases.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'd
I
figured.
really, I really want to know how Control is. So, play that one first, please.
Funny thing about that is on the Switch, there is Control Ultimate Edition, the cloud version. I downloaded it. I don't know what it's about. I don't know if it's free or if you have to pay for it or if you have to have a second copy. I don't know, but it's very interesting to me. I'm going to try that and report back next week.
Yeah, that game kind of came and went. I'd love to know how it is.
Yeah, people are saying that the gameplay is a little weird, and I like that. So, I'm excited to get through all these games. How was your week?
Oh, my week. Geez, gonna sound so boring now. The usual. Watching shows, trying to find some good movies to watch, and excuse me, suffering from terrible allergies. So I probably sound very congested this episode. Oh my gosh. Down here, there's this cedar allergy and or cedar like pollen in the air. And so everyone's suffering down here. The great question of like when you're out in public where you sneeze and then into your mask, like, which is gross, but that's what they're for. And you have to announce to anyone around you, it's just cedar. Instead of I have like, who's the person that's going to sneeze and then yell out, I have corona? Like every person sneezes here and then yells out, it's allergies. It's just this new bizarre thing about living in these post-apocalyptic times. I've been watching The Comeback on HBO, which is a comedy. I really recommend it. It was very funny. There's 2 seasons. That's The Comeback. And then playing some Animal Crossing New Horizons. What was really excited is I was like, let me try some fishing in this winter season. The seasons come and go. And so I threw my little bobber out in the water and just couldn't stop catching sawfish. So that was fun to add to my aquarium in the museum. Like I didn't have one, so I was pretty pumped about that. I don't think I have the COE fish, the colanth, but anyway, not too stressed about that. And I restarted Bug Snacks. I got stuck. Yeah, so there's good reason. I got stuck. Like my nephew likes to watch me play video games. So in these video games, though, I've like streamed them or played them, and I've either beaten the game or gotten as far as I can. Where like for Bug Snacks, for example, I'm stuck. I can't catch this one moth, and kind of a weakness is the game is that the game is over for me because I can't catch the stupid Cheeto moth. So yeah, game over. That was Bug Snacks. Frustrating.
Wait a second. Are you still trying to catch that fucking moth? It's like Cheeto.
Yeah, Cheepoof. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm not still trying to catch it, but anytime I've picked up the game, I've been like, well, that's over. So what I've done is I restarted it because my nephew just likes to watch me play. So I have tons to do when the game starts, like even go through the tutorial. He's on board with that because he knows. He'll tell me what to do, which is great. He has his own little private Twitch stream. And then another one he's been asking for is Luigi's Mansion 3. That's one of his favorites. I don't know what his favorite, like I ask him what his favorite is, and it's usually the game we just played. But Luigi's Mansion he asks for a lot. I don't know why he likes it so much. I think he likes the colors, like the green and purple aesthetic. And he thinks Luigi is funny too. Obviously, this like walking green blob. And he likes the game because he was able to play as Luigi with me when we used to be able to be in the same room as each other. So he's asking for a restart, or he's asking for gameplay on that, but I've beaten the game. The only thing left to do is to finish catching like a few gems. And I don't want to go on a gem hunt for him. I don't feel like he'll be interested in that. So I'm just going to restart the game. He even likes games with dialogue. Like it's like a storybook. I'll read him the dialogue of Bug Snacks, most of it, some of it's inappropriate, but then I'll read him the dialogue of like Luigi's Mansion. Like there was dialogue in that screens you had to click through. So he likes it, you know, hearing a story, and then the story has gameplay. Like he's loving it. It's really cute. So anyway, I'm gonna restart those two. Been playing Animal Crossing. I pre-ordered a game. I just have to have it. I watched no more than 5 seconds of that trailer, and I, you know, then switched right over to Amazon and pre-ordered it. That's the Super Mario.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I want to talk about it later.
Okay. Anyway, Nintendo game. It's a spoiler. So I'm really excited about that one. Let's see. I didn't buy anything in the Steam sale. I got a couple of emails, but I was like, I'm good right now. You know, I don't like, I really try to hold back on buying a bunch of games, you know, with every Steam sale, because I still have games backed up from other Steam sales, and I have to finish Dark. Like there's games that I really want to play right now. So I don't feel so urgent to buy. Like I'm interested in Horizon Zero Dawn. I just decided to buy the Nintendo game instead. You know, it's like, I'm not going to buy everything. But I forgot about that game Control. Again, I really want to hear what you think about it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, I've been streaming like every 2 weeks. And I say that as in like, it's been in the past like month and a half. And so I'm itching to stream as always. And what I'll probably stream, I was thinking about streaming some like painting, whether that's miniature painting. I have some mouselings I'm feeling motivated to paint, or paint another Nightmare Bob Ross hellscape, but that was like super stressful when it was supposed to be relaxing. Because I was shocked at the masterpiece I created. I was like, man, my therapist would have a field day with this one. And then yeah, so Dark's coming up. I really want to stream that last DLC. So thanks if you watch my Twitch streams, and look forward to streaming an indie soon.
Yes.
That was a lot.
I mean, we haven't talked about anything for 2 weeks, so that was like 2 weeks.
You're right. I was like, Jesus, why did I have so much in that 1 week? No, that was 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Because I had pre-ordered the PlayStation maybe a day or two after we had recorded the last episode. So all that shit bunched into one.
Yeah.
You want to talk about what's happening this weekend?
Yes. I'm playing a TTRPG via Roll20, so that just means instead of playing in person, we're playing virtually using this website called Roll20. You know, instead of sitting around a table, you're sitting around a virtual table, and there's lots of cool features on that website that are free. Used it several times now to play. So we're playing on Saturday, the 16th. It's called Lamentations of the Flame Princess. And it's been described by the game master as old school D&D, like retro. So sounds like fun. I mean, I always have a good time, whatever Lagnus the game master picks. So come play a one-shot with us. We have space for 1 or 2 more if you'd like to play. And just message me on Discord. You know, make sure you're in the Discord server that we promote everywhere all the time, just because there's a lot of cool stuff that goes on in there, including recruiting for fun one-shots, including recruiting. That's fun. So yeah, let me know if you want to play.
Yes. So we have 2 topics next up that are pretty stupid.
Gamer news.
Yeah, this is 100% gamer news. So PogChamp was removed. Not the entire focus of it. Yes, it was removed. The person behind it is kind of a fucking moron. But something that they did in response to that was have a 24-hour PogChamp emote.
A cycling one, right?
Yeah, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all. In typical Twitch fashion.
Yeah, tell me.
So Okay, so the comments that got PogChamp removed were very divisive comments from the face of the emote. But this person has been, I know this person from way back in the fighting game days, like the FGC, dropping the hard R
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
He's pretty much removed from, streaming in the FGC nowadays. So PogChamp is like it's grown to be beyond him, right? So one of the people that had the PogChamp for 24 hours got some pretty divisive comments dug up by all the people who were unhappy that PogChamp got removed. So it's been a pretty big shit show. My question is this, and the reason why I wanna bring this up, right? So internet culture has certain things like that are just ingrained in it, right? Like Pepe's the frogs.
You're right.
Do you think
It's getting phased out though.
what, Pepe's or PogChamp?
Pepe's.
Yeah, but those are like they're kind of like internet mainstays, right? Like memes and shit like that are internet mainstays. I think PogChamp is like one of those Twitch mainstays. That's kind of, I don't know. People would be upset about it being removed. I personally don't give a fuck because if you could see on the screen, it says Twitch sucks, and it's had that for months. So I don't really care. What do you think? You
Ooh,
specifically, and the gamers out there listening.
yeah, this is emotes are like that's how Twitch communicates. So it's a whole language you can learn if you want. I think PogChamp at its roots will, veterans will, the old guard will remember the roots, but I think it will fade from memory, just like this problematic person, the face of PogChamp. Because every time you think of it, you don't think of just poggers, PogChamp. You think of like, oh, this really this I don't even know what to call him. Like
Looney bin.
just off his rocker. Promoting false information. So a dangerous person because he has a large Twitter following. He has a voice. He reaches a lot of people. So yeah, I think he should just be forgotten, slowly, drift into the ether, no longer a legend. Like, do you remember, this is nowhere near like when they retired Scoots.
I was just about to mention that. That really, really grinded my fucking gears. OMG
Well,
Scoots was my favorite emote.
Yeah.
Second favorite was OS Sloth. Not Serious Sloth, OS Sloth.
I like Scoots a lot. Okay, I have another problematic. Okay, Scoots was not problematic. I just want to put that out there.
No, it was
Scoots,
not. It was him, his contract with the emote, he took it to his channel instead of it being a global emote.
Right. He now is sad we lost Scoots. It sounds like he died, but really Twitch grieved it like a death, like a word that you could no longer use. It's like it's going to be gone from memory because it's gone from the language. It's gone from the culture. So when it got pulled by Scoots himself, like no one could be angry about it because he was defending his own content. He was like, I want to regain control of my own image. And I don't know how Twitch will use it in the future because things are getting weird. Which I think he was so smart to do, to pull it before it became an Amazon company. Because who knows what would happen now if you tried to pull it. But anyway, the other problematic emote, do you remember OPOP?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a predator.
Did they remove that?
I don't know, but no one uses it. It's been labeled as like, you only use, I don't know why you would use it. You would use it if you're problematic, I think.
Yeah, that one hurts my soul. I liked OPOP.
I know, that was the one I was going to mention. I like Scoots, OPOP a lot. And then, but we still have Squid 4, so that's, I'm happy.
Confirmed. OP is there.
Well, guys, I have bad news. OP is a predator, problematic, numerous complaints against him. So yeah, OP is, I don't know if you've noticed as well, I feel like it fades. Yeah.
Well, a couple of that, but I haven't watched Twitch seriously in like, I don't know how many months. I really honestly don't even care for the culture at this point.
Yeah, I tune in. I have a couple notifications on and I'll drop in, but it really is to like, it's talk to friends that I don't like keep up with in Discord, or it's just a social media platform, just like, hey, I send people a message on Discord, how you doing, or on Twitter, like to a mutual or something. But yeah, same thing. Oh, you go live, you're a good friend, let me see how you're doing. And then I probably won't stop in again for like a year. Oh man, Twitch.
F Twitch. Moving on. This one, I don't know. I don't even know how to feel about this one. So, Razer came out with this webpage, and I think a video. I think it was yesterday, or the day before, and called Project Hazel.
Yesterday, which would be, let's see, the 11th.
Yeah.
12th.
12th.
Sorry. Hello.
So Project Hazel from Razer is the world's, and I'm doing air quotes here, smartest mask. I'll just go through
Raise your IQ.
Yeah, I'll just go through their spec sheet, or buzzword page. So surgical N95 respirator, active ventilation, auto sterilization function, clear transparent design so they can see your mouth, low light mode, voice amp technology, sustainable with replaceable filters, wireless charging case with UV sterilizer, durable design for daily use, optimized airflow, unobtrusive airtight seal, the voice amp stuff again, and wouldn't be Razer product without fucking RGB.
It has RGB.
It does have RGB. It's at the very bottom. So,
oh my gosh, it really is for gamers. I thought it was just full of like health specs. Anyway,
no,
I'll leave my comments
shit.
and questions.
So, personally, for me, well, first of all, let's speculate on the price. This is at least $400, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about the price. Yes, if it's quote unquote for gamers, TM,
this is
then it's going to be
400 plus,
200 plus.
It's probably going to run on some type of like battery because it has a charger. Probably going to be heavy as fuck. This does not sit well with me. And I'll tell you why. Because when you use these things like a face mask, right? In our world right now, as it stands, a face mask in many areas is a vital tool that you need to have every day to get to places, to go to do things, to converse with family, keep them safe. And profiting off of this does not sit well with me at all. I don't
care. High markup.
Right. The high markup just to seem cool.
Every face mask seller profits. Yes. The paper masks, like, yes. You're buying surgical masks, there's a profit being made there. I don't mind that. Like, I buy masks off Etsy. Yeah, I'll support you. Here's your profit.
Maybe there's a word I'm looking for. Maybe it's like the luxury aspect of it.
It's bougie and exploitative.
Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't like this. At all. What do you think?
Oh, I have a lot of thoughts. First of all, I didn't realize how much it was for gamers.
Well, we don't know. That's speculation.
How is it not? It's being made by a gamer peripherals company, and it has rainbow lights in it. Like,
I'm talking about the price. We don't know the price. This is just a proof of concept. They're trying to gauge the waters of this, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, I bet you right now the MSRP is set by Razer at $350. If you come on, they sell lights and slap 4 gamers on there for streamers, a different company. And they'll charge you $200 per light of something you can just buy without the gamer company label on it, for like a tenth of the price on Amazon. So I just, excuse me, allergies. Anyway, I just don't like it. Like, yes, it feels exploitative, as all products marketed towards gamers are. I feel like this is a proof of concept because they're expecting conventions to come back and they're expecting people to be gathering in large crowds. So I feel like that's why it's so self-protective. The purpose of masks, like there's 2 reasons. Your dentist wears a mask, yes, to protect himself from splatter. If there's like, he shoots water in your mouth, some splashes back, like he doesn't want that on his face. That's a risk. But it's just literally a physical barrier. It's not the reason that, you wear a mask is to protect other people. So I don't understand why this is so like air filtering when the concern is to just cover your face and mouth to not spread germs. So I'm just like, this seems to go above and beyond. It seems like they're prepping for like a concert, a festival, a convention, just how overboard it is with the purpose of a mask. And I think it's ironic. They say that this mask helps. They're like, the big focus was like, it's going to help people communicate, like offering this, like, if you buy this, you'll be fostering this sense of community and like well-being in the world. But you look like a SWAT team member. Like, how inviting is that? It doesn't seem to make sense to me. Another note, I didn't know it was needing to be recharged. Obvious if it has RGB. I wonder what else is taking power, if anything. But what if your mask dies while you're at the bodega picking up, your snacks? What's going to happen? Like, are you going to suffocate?
I feel personally attacked, number one, by you saying bodega. Second.
Okay, I used to, don't fight me on that one. I used to get mad snacks at the bodegas.
So
Anyway.
I think with the batteries for the ventilation and the voice amp technology, so you don't sound muffled. But the thing I don't like about this the most is that it shows your mouth. Like, at least 80% of my dissatisfaction with people displays through my mouth, like just like frowning at people when they're being fucking dumb.
Right. Yeah, I don't want a see-through mask. Now, I don't also want to sound ableist because deaf people are assisted, well, some are, by lip reading or hard of hearing people. So I've seen concepts that assist the hard of hearing, wherever you fall in that spectrum, because I've seen like clear windows within cloth masks, like just different things to help maybe interpreters or just, a family with a deaf person or something like that. So I don't want to I don't know. There's exceptions.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this topic, but I do want to mention a quick shout out. I've had a new appreciation for the ASL interpreters when you're watching these government conferences or whatever. They go in.
Yeah.
They're doing it. So shout outs to you.
I used to want to do, actually. I mean, yeah, I used to interpret for friends, but I was not like a professional one, but I did want to become a professional one because they're fucking awesome.
They are.
If you ever, side note, has nothing to do with anything, but if you ever want to see some really cool YouTube videos, Google interpreters at concerts, because they memorize all the music. They get the set list ahead of time because someone deaf is coming to the concert. They put them up on stage and these interpreters just like jam because they're interpreting the music and they're interpreting the words as well. So it's really cool.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not consider that like an interpreter at a concert.
Okay, wait. Now I've seen some cool Pearl Jam ones, yawn boomer, but the best one I saw, I hope I'm not getting this wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Jay-Z, and this was years ago. Jay-Z. And he was so mesmerized by the interpreter himself, because you can't help but watch, because she's interpreting his words and his music, and she knew every word. So it was, I don't know, I'm smiling as I remember it, but yeah,
That's a
rap
big flex.
concert interpreters.
Cool.
All right, moving on.
So we got a bunch of Nintendo stuff. We'll talk about the big one later, a little bit later after this one. But Nintendo bought the Luigi's Mansion 3 studio, Next Level Games.
Cool.
This is interesting. Obviously, Luigi's Mansion 3 was a really big hit.
Huge success.
A lot of people are suspecting that we will get a Super Mario Strikers again. The last time it released was over 15 years ago on the GameCube. It's like I think it's a soccer game. Soccer's huge, or football for the the cultured. So it's like 5-on-5 with Mario people. And I think people, I mean, they've done tennis. Why not do soccer? So really big news. And then also we might get another Luigi's Mansion 4 or whatever else they put, because Luigi's Mansion 3 was a quality game that wasn't developed specifically for Nintendo or by Nintendo. So I'm excited for that. The big news though, what game did they announce?
Yay! I can talk about it. Okay, they announced Super Mario 3D Bowser's Fury. Did I get that title right?
Yeah, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. So this is Super Mario 3D World came out on the 3DS a long time ago, maybe in 2013, I want to say. Primarily with the 3D functionality in the game, but you can play it 2D. And they're tacking on Bowser's Fury onto this. This is a $60 game.
Yeah, I paid for the pre-order anyway.
That's the thing that's putting me off, because this is a perfect example of the Nintendo tax. Like I could make an excuse for 3 games for $20 each on a $60 cartridge with 3D All-Stars, but this I'm kind of like, especially for someone who's played 3D World, Super Mario 3D World, and beaten it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard sell for me. Why do you like it so much?
Well, I just watched 5 seconds of it and pre-ordered it right away because I like the 3D World. I also like Cat Girls, and I like Bowser. It looks like you're gonna team up with Bowser's Jr. Now, like I said, I only watched 5 seconds of this trailer, and I was like, click, click, pre-ordered. I want to run around in a 3D world. It reminds me of Super Mario Odyssey. Another game I really enjoyed and a beat.
I'm wrong, by the way. Super Mario 3D World is the sequel to Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS.
Oh.
3D World was for the Wii U. So, okay, I'm not as mad.
Yeah, I remember playing as Cat Peach.
All right, I rescind my comments.
Did you know Peach is a furry? Because I found that out. If you try to buy the amiibo, she's just like a straight up furry.
Did not know that. Did not want to know that, but thank you.
I feel like some people wanted to know that.
No, I will not have a fursona. I'm good.
Your fursona would be a sloth.
I choose not to think about this at all.
All right, let's move on then before I keep thinking about it.
Okay, if you're hyped, get it. $60. Did they say it was a regular release or one of those weird ass limited releases? Do you know?
I don't know. I was worried, so that's why I pre-ordered it.
Hey, that FOMO, they get you. Unrelated news. EA lost the Star Wars license. This is big.
Yeah, I'm a little silenced on that.
Yeah. So, Ubisoft Massive, the people behind the Division and Division 2, are making an open world Star Wars game slated to come out 2023. If you judge the quality of the Division 1 and the Division 2, hopes are not high. Those games they start off rough, live service games, and then they get better. The Division 2 was excellent at the very end, but then they pretty much reverted everything and went to the Division 2. I don't know how it is now because I don't play it. So yeah, there was only, I think, a handful of games that EA actually put out with the Star Wars moniker. Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2. You had the Jedi Fallen Order, which was made by Respawn Entertainment, and then the one that came out recently was the Squadrons game. I think that's the ship game. So they really have nothing to show for their 8 years of having the license, and you could argue that Battlefront 1, Squadrons, and Fallen Order had decent releases. Battlefront 2 was a loot box palooza for a while, and then they reverted it. And apparently, it's a really good game now, but they stopped support for that game, so that game is basically as is as you play it. So yeah, I'm excited. More developers that could have the reins to the Star Wars franchise. I think there's a little bit of news too that Lucas Games or Lucasfilm Games is its own entity now, so they'll be able to help or provide assets to these game companies making games. So yeah, thumbs up. I mean, Star Wars after the Mandalorian has seemed to be full steam ahead, which is good, I guess. What do you think? Did you play any of these Star Wars games?
I played Star Wars Battle. Is that the right title?
The FPS game, right?
A while ago, yeah, where you could walk around as Darth Vader, force choking people. Yeah, that was fun. I'm sitting here and I wanted to try something. I was like, "Hey Lou, say your favorite EA game. 1, 2, 3, Peggle." I was like wondering what yours was.
Favorite EA game?
Yeah.
I don't really have one, but if I had to choose, maybe Titanfall 2 just for the story.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Titanfall. But I was sitting here trying to be like, well, it's not football in any way, so I don't know. The Battlefront game was pretty empty.
Yeah, it starts off empty.
Although it was fun to do that tiny little story, so you gotta walk around in the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
I like that. Star Wars nerd paid too much money just for that moment. But man, I hope someone else, picks up Star Wars and makes a game like the Battlefront kind of beginning was, where it's more story. Maybe you could even do like side missions, like a little bit of Destiny mixed with, a good RPG, like one with a story, because there is a story.
I think Fallen Order is like that.
All right.
I played a little bit of it. I haven't gotten too far, but it seemed very limited, like linear, not limited, in how you progress. So we shall see.
Yeah, I still love Peggle though. I know there was like Unravel was a good EA game, one of the indies they put out, but I never played it. I don't know why. But all I can think is like EA Peggle. That's like all that's in my library.
I used to be big into the EA sports games, like the the NBA stuff, but this is almost 2 decades ago. I'm really not fond of EA games, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, you want to move on?
Yeah.
So Netflix came out with some news, I think yesterday or the day before, that they're going to come out with a new film. I say new with air quotes, every week for 2020. And this is what I've said before countless times, that competition breeds better shit for the end user. So pressure from HBO Max to get all of these, 17 or 18 movies or so, forced Netflix to come out with new shit. So yeah, I say new shit. It's not all new shit. There's gonna be some film acquisitions sprinkled in, but they have a lot of big names on here that are going to be either starring or producing or whatever. So Dwayne Johnson, Melissa McCarthy, Halle Berry, Jason Momoa, Amy Adams, Ryan Reynolds, Chris Hemsworth, Lin-Manuel Miranda are some of the people that were featured. They had like the sizzle reel type thing.
Okay.
That they released on Tuesday, which was yesterday, showcasing their projects that are all going to come out within the next year. So some big budget stuff. And there was one thing that popped up here that I'm really excited. There's a movie, The Harder They Fall, that stars Regina King, which is fantastic. Idris Elba, always fantastic.
Whoa.
And Lovecraft Country breakout, Jonathan Majors.
Okay.
I'm excited for that. That was one of the things that really stuck in my head. I'm excited. Now it makes Netflix a little bit more valuable to keep if you're into movies and stuff. And it could bring some normalcy to real life because there's an actual movie that you can look forward to every week.
Yeah, like anti-Netflix. Like how, instead of just like vomiting it all out at one time like Netflix does, encouraging the binge, then releasing it. I know these are movies, not TV shows, but maybe a new direction from Netflix here. Hello, words.
Yeah, but you can't really binge movies. And I think they want to spread it out so people keep their sub up for longer. So I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am. I can't wait to see what they put out again. Never hurting for more content to consume. So throw it at me.
So there was a report that came out earlier in the year, earlier this month. It's confirmed that Michael Keaton would be the main Batman within the DCEU, replacing Ben Affleck.
Fantastic.
No, not fantastic, because Michael Keaton hasn't been Batman in 30 years? He may have been Batman in Birdman. Who knows?
But he's so good. Like, yes, he just played the villain on that Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
So he's good. He'll do it.
Right, but they have no continuity between their universe. They just made an off-the-cuff Joker movie that has nothing to do with the DC universe. They had a horrible Joker in Jared Leto, which is not entirely his fault. The Suicide Squad was a horrible movie. Then they have Robert Pattinson as
We're going to get the Snyder Cut, too.
I have no faith in that. But
okay, so you want Robert Pattinson as Batman
just
everywhere.
Stick to one Batman.
Okay.
My problem with the DC extended universe is that they have no continuity. Nothing stays the same. People leave because these movies fucking bomb.
Yeah.
But if you can go through if you go through Marvel, I'm not trying to be a Marvel fanboy. I like Marvel shit and I like DC heroes as well. But there's continuity between 2008 and 2019 or whatever, whenever the last movie came out. There's continuity. Iron Man is Iron Man. Captain America is Captain America. They have a cohesive story that meshes together throughout this, 12-year span or whatever it is. 10-year, 11-year span. DC lacks this. Yeah, Michael Keaton was a good Batman, but why the fuck is he coming back? The only reason I could think of is they're gonna do something like Batman Beyond. You know Batman Beyond, right? With the old Batman and the newer Batman.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I could think they're having, Batman Beyond, but then that would probably conflict with the Batman that Robert Pattinson's playing, unless he's the Batman Beyond. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
In the twist, Michael Keaton will be playing the younger Batman.
Yeah, fucking LOL. That's my nerd rage. I had to get it out. I'm sorry.
Well, I hear you, but I would like to see Michael Keaton as Batman. I don't think it's so easy as the Disney Marvel thing where they can give you enough money to buy your soul forever so that you become the character. Like Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. Captain America is Chris Evans?
Yes.
Okay. I can never keep those Chris's straight. Thank you. It's, the Black Panther passed away. Like, Chadwick was the Black Panther.
Yep.
So DC, yes, I agree with you, needs maybe to get it together, but they don't have the success that these Marvel things do. And they also didn't have this like incredible 20-year plan to release all these films and then hit us all with TV shows. So I like cut the DC universe a little bit of slack. They've had some bad ones. I feel like they're trying to get it together.
I'm not cutting them
But
slack.
it's just different. There's so many Batmans.
Right. But they tried to do the Justice League, the Batman v Superman, the Batman movie, the standalone one. That never happened, I don't think. The Man of Steel. They try to put all of these together. There was supposed to be a Cyborg movie, a Flash movie that still hasn't released. It's probably been finished for 2 or 3 years. They want to have the success that Marvel has with their Marvel universe, with their Avengers movies and the billions of dollars, but they're unwilling to put the work in and put the money down to lock these actors in, to put someone that's passionate about the DC universe in charge, like Kevin Feige is for the Marvel universe, and start from scratch.
There's not one person at the helm like there is Jon Favreau.
But they basically want the success without putting in any of the work. That's basically what it boils down to. And that's why these movies suffer. That's why Wonder Woman 1984 suffered.
Yeah.
Because these movies are just bad. Like nobody comes over and says, like, perfect example, Edgar Wright. He's a great director, but he wasn't the right one for Ant-Man. And they pretty much said, this isn't working. And they got Peyton Reed.
I guess what DC does is they get a bad one and then they stick with them. Like how they're giving Patty Jenkins 3 Wonder Womans when they've been mediocre overall.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's try a new director, or let's sit down, make a plan, get directors that'll follow like one quote unquote showrunner that'll all be on this same, cohesive path we've come up with. Anyway, I agree with you, but on the basis of just Michael Keaton, I was like, I love his Batman. I want to see it.
Yeah,
I think he's a great actor. I know, okay, Robert Pattinson has really grown on me. And we can talk about that a little bit, like why. But I would like to see him as Batman. My mind has changed. I was like, no, vampire Batman, he's glittery. But my opinion has changed.
You are the third person I turned over on Robert Pattinson. He's one of my favorite actors at this point. Okay, so moving on. Let's blast through this TV shit. Friday the 15th, when this episode is live, WandaVision will be live on Disney Plus. Watch it. They got reviews for the first 3 episodes, no spoilers or anything, but people are loving it. So
cool.
I'm excited to see this. I don't know if we will see 1 episode or 3. I know the critics saw 3. So maybe we might get 3. Maybe we might get 1. Who knows? But I'm going to ass blast through that on Friday.
Ew.
Sorry. One thing that we could talk about is Alice in Borderland.
Yeah.
Oh, spoilers inbound for this, by the way. If you don't want it spoiled, I don't know. Bye.
I feel like if you haven't watched it yet, then you're probably not going to watch it. So anyway, let's talk about Alice in Borderland. If you've any interest in this live action anime based on a manga, then yeah, please tune out for a few minutes.
Mixed feelings for me. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like super great either. very forgettable for me after being a week removed from it.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed some of the scenarios that they put in.
Yeah.
It was
More than
pretty
others.
cool. Yeah, some of them, it was, some of the things that stood out to me were one that last sequence, the big
The
finale
witch?
that they did. Yeah, that was a little too blown out of proportion for me. It could have been its own episode instead of like 1.5.
Yeah.
That seemed a little bit drawn out. By the end of it, I
But
was
they
kind of
were,
like, eh.
I think they took their time because there were a lot of moving parts. And the cast scenes were huge. Like the amount of people, they were
Yeah.
like, there's 50 people in this room. No, there's like 200. Like the amount of people they had in the space they had, like running through an entire hotel. I was like, props.
Yeah. I still don't know what the title means, but
Yeah, that was in my notes. Who's Alice and what is Borderland? But that's so common with these, like, just with my favorite anime. It's like, what does that title have to do with anything? And what does it even mean?
right.
So I think what it was, because you see it's like Borderland, like Wonderland. I think it was something that got lost in translation. As I think with these other weird titles, like Full Metal Alchemist is named appropriately. One that is not named appropriately is this, and then I don't know what bleach means. Like, what is?
Bleach is what you want to do to your eyes after you watch it.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
So yeah, it starts off pretty interesting. It's definitely a Japanese show through and through, with the violence, the gore, the exaggeration in like the pronunciation of things. Very very interesting to watch. I like the castings for the most part. Oh, big thing. Do not watch this dubbed. Do not. I immediately turned the dubs off and put subtitles. The dubs were horrible.
It's like they hired one woman to do all the female voices, or they hired some like higher pitched male voice. Like, yes, it's
Yeah.
not.
I turned it off within the first minute of the brother talking in the very first episode. I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, Chota.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
Oh my god, that was a bad one. Yeah, and he was a pretty main character. So,
No.
woo.
Watch this
Yeah.
with subtitles. Thank me later. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. It's kind of like a cross between like Battle Royale, The Hunger Games, and Saw. It's a combination of the three mixed into
Exactly. Yeah.
mixed into this world that you really don't know what's going on. Very predictable. I think I called who the witch was before I saw the
Yeah.
episode to you in a text message. Very predictable. That being said, just because it's predictable doesn't mean it's bad. I enjoyed myself. I just felt like the last episode and a half was a little bit drawn out.
I got really into it. Like just like you were like, everyone at the witch episode was like, is anyone else watching this? Holy shit, this shit is crazy. But am I dumb? I didn't think it was predictable. Like maybe because I got so caught up in the violence and the spectacle of the episode and just the chaos. But I was like, and the kind of like militias kept changing power, like the different factions. And I was like, what the fuck is even going on? Like there were a lot of things, like a lot of stories happening during the same time period, like the same like slot of time.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was predictable. I got caught up in it, and towards the end, and by the way, again, something I think is lost in translation, or maybe it was purposeful, but the witch should have been called Witch Hunt. Like I just was not expecting what it actually was. It should have been called Witch Hunt to make more sense. But yeah, I don't I didn't see it coming, and even they were like, "Wait, who is it?" And they're all, right at the big reveal, and I was like, "Who?"
So there were also some contemporary characters in this
Yeah.
show. Is that normal for like Japanese television, or is that like off the cuff? I don't think that's normal, right?
What do you mean contemporary characters?
Like, okay, so one of the characters was transgender. Um, Get her name. Here's the karate one.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but she was one of my favorite characters.
She was one of my favorite characters as well.
And because again, it wasn't exploitative, it was just a part of her story.
Right.
Was, as we learned, like different characters past, like what made them who they were. And what really made their like heroism, shine through, was a lot about their past as well. And I found that story so satisfying.
Yeah, and there was a contrast between who she was up against. Like, she was trying to become someone who she felt like, and the other person was trying to become someone that they're not. Right. So I thought that was interesting. It was very good to me. So yeah, in my opinion, this show is worth a watch. Bingeable depends on your temperament, honestly. If you can handle some gore and some pretty I didn't find it stressful, but some people did find it a little stressful to watch. Okay, intense, yeah. Yeah, give it a watch. Alice in Borderland. We haven't done any justice to this. There's a lot of like episodes that were really, really fucking solid throughout this thing. It just fell apart for me in the very end.
Some of them were like Black Mirror and Saw. Like there were some that were like this, but it was all like Saw kind of riddles and puzzles that needed to be solved by small groups of people. But it definitely felt like gaming too, right? Like,
yeah, it's definitely
work for gamers.
Yeah, this is definitely geared towards the gamer minded. Especially, yeah, I agree. And also, one thing that shows don't do a good job of is fleshing out and making their side characters an important piece of the story. And I think this show did this very well because it flips it on
side stories. Yeah, extremely. It was like Lost. I was like, dang, I'm getting into this.
Yeah, but there's a certain episode where things happen and you're like, whoa. Shows don't normally do this,
Why don't you just say what it is? We're
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
But you know what I'm talking about. It's the wolf episode. But yeah, they do things that I'm like, oh shit. But the side characters are so solid, even though they don't really speak much. You kind of like get their vibe, like their aura, and like what they're about.
Unique. Every character is unique. Too.
Yeah, it's grandiose. It's good. Check it out. Are they going to do a second season?
I don't know. I don't know if they can. I'll have to Google if there's more story to be told. Like if there's more to the manga than they.
I hope so. Because they leave you with a pretty big cliffhanger. Like, oh shit, it's not over yet. So yeah, I enjoyed this. Thanks for suggesting it.
So one more thing. We already talked about The Comeback on HBO. I really recommend it if you like comedy shows. But one other thing I wanted to recommend is called The Outpost, and it's on Amazon. And I really liked it. I got into it. It's like a good Game of Thrones, or I think I'm not going to say a good Witcher because The Witcher was really good. It's just a less confusing Witcher. Like more straightforward, and it was a lot like Game of Thrones. Just the time period, you get this feeling it's medieval. You don't exactly know like when and where it's taking place because there's unique things about the realm. If you like things with the word realm in them, I really recommend it. Again, it's called The Outpost on Amazon. I'll continue to talk about it until I finish it. I really like it.
Cool.
I hope you watch it. Let me know what you think. Just watch it. Just watch a couple episodes. You're like sitting down one evening. Hey, what should we watch? I don't know. How about this? I don't know. Give The Outpost a try. Let me know what you think. If I'm overrating it or not.
Okay. I have a fun game for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Every Monday we do a movie night. This week we watched The Lighthouse. What's our next movie? Because we didn't talk about it. Go, go, go.
Well, I typed a bunch of Korean movies as suggestions in the Discord. So yeah, we didn't suggest another movie, but if you're open to it, I would like to watch one of the Korean films.
All right, Korean movie night, Monday. Join the
Can I
Discord.
pick one?
You can pick whatever you want.
Okay. I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd really like to watch Time to Hunt.
That's the movie. So spoilers inbound for The Lighthouse if you don't want to see them. We don't have a show this week, so maybe we'll talk about WandaVision next week. We watched
Yeah.
Lighthouse. This was a blind watch for me. I am so sorry.
It was a blind watch for me too, and it sounds like you really hated it, but I had some conception of some concept is what I meant to say of what was going on. Because it was a pretty simple story. It reminded me of a Poe tale, perhaps.
All right, do you want to know what I thought?
Yeah.
So, picture this. I am less than 24 hours removed from getting the anti-Rona injected into my body. I am in pain. I am experiencing a lot of discomfort. I am foggy in the brain, and this is the worst movie to watch while you're feeling those. Okay, William Dafoe, Robert Pattinson are the Willem, whatever. Green Goblin, him and Batman are in this movie primarily. They're fantastic. They're great actors. My problem with this movie, also the shots, it being in black and white and being very ominous, and also the sound. The sound was really, especially in the beginning with the stupid fucking lighthouse sound, really creepy. What I didn't understand was the story because I'm stupid. I don't know what the fuck was going on. So I immediately hated this movie because I didn't know what was going on. I had no context of what was going on to understand or appreciate it. I did some research after the fact about this is like Prometheus or whatever the fuck it is. Who knows? I'm just going based upon what I saw on Monday night. Discord link at lowerbitrate.com. And yeah, I kind of hated this movie. Just for the simple fact that I'm too dumb. Big cheeseburger American brain.
And you were unwell.
Right. What did you think? I want to know what you think because I fucking hated this movie.
Well, at one point I had to tell you what was going on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I liked it. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Say something important.
Okay, it was like too artsy fartsy for me. That's what I think it was. I was not in the mood for an artsy fartsy movie, and that's what I got.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, I was struggling. I blind watched this movie because I thought you had picked it for some reason. But you had picked it based on your love of sparkly vampire Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
He is trying very hard to make that a forgotten role. I don't blame him. But yeah, he grew on me with this movie as well because he knocked it fucking out of the park. Like his accent, in my uncultured opinion, was flawless, which as opposed to Willem drove me nuts. Like he would come in and out of it. And then you later realize that that's perhaps on purpose. But yeah, nothing was as it seemed. It was a pretty movie. I mean, it wasn't supposed to be beautiful, but there was beauty in just how kind of the gross things. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but when he was dumping, I think the lime into the septic pool, which they kept uncovered for some reason, just anything could go in there. I I thought that was foreshadowing, but in the wrong way. I was like, one of them's going in there. But then instead what he did was he dumped the white powder into the black, like really black liquid. And it swirled in this really beautiful spiral, just the black and white, which the movie is in black and white too. And then the next scene, he climbs that spiral staircase. It looked exactly like the spiral he had made in that septic pool. So I was like, what's going to happen? I don't know. There was a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, I was too dumb. But
the movie is about madness, loneliness. Yeah, just I think you could walk away with it with a lot of ambiguity. Like, my thought was that it was some sort of Dread Pirate Roberts scenario where there would always be a captain, there would always be a crazy, man at the lighthouse. There were things that could have gone without. Like, for some reason, they masturbated a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, this was Fab City.
They watched each other masturbate too, or one watched the other, but more than once. I was just like, what is that? So there were things where I was like, what the fuck?
Like, you couldn't go outside and jizz in the wind? Like, I don't understand.
Or just, the dude was in his bed. It wasn't explicit, that's why we're like talking about it, but it was just a scene where you know what's happening. There's fappening. But made myself laugh on that one. But I was like, dude's in his own bed. Like, don't spy on him. And then that happened again. He like spied on him, fapping again. Why did you stick around when you find out your coworkers, rubbing one out? Just stop watching and go away and don't mention it ever again. Like, I didn't understand those scenes at all. And actually, I don't want to talk about them anymore.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson is fantastic.
He is. He really
Vampire
is.
Boy. That's dead and
no
gone.
more.
Yeah.
He has finally washed off all that glitter.
Yeah, he has had a few solid movies in a row that he's flexed his acting chops. He was good in this, but I liked him in Tenet more. He's my favorite part of Tenet.
He was very good in Tenet, but I did like John David Washington as well.
Yeah, both of them. Both of them are really good. Yeah, so we'll watch the Korean movie. What is it called again? In Hunt.
Shit.
Something. In the Hunt.
Time to Hunt.
Time to Hunt. We'll watch that on Monday. That's it for me this week. We'll have more.
I saw someone recommend, I just wanted to say, someone on Twitter said, what are y'all doing sleeping on Korean films? And I was like, you know what? You're right. The ones I've seen, I've loved and were excellent. I would like to watch some ones that haven't received as much notoriety as, say, Snowpiercer.
Or Parasite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like pushing for this. I did some Googling and I basically listed films, all of these films that I hope we continue to watch each week are rated the same or higher as Snowpiercer.
All right.
So let's watch some good films.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you can't hear my dog crying in the background, but anyway, I need to go let him out. So let's wrap this episode. Thank you all for listening. You the best. And we will see you next week.
Bye.